understand that when God told Noah to build an ark, when he told Noah to build an ark, and he told Noah to build an ark, God said because he's going to rain on the earth all of this time. And it's going to be so much rain, it's going to be a flood. And so much water, whoever was not on the ark would drown. Now, some of y'all say, okay, what's the big deal? The big deal is this. I want y'all to see how this was crazy. Most of y'all say just build an ark, get on the boat like God told you to. The thing is this. It had never rained before. God tells you to build something, to float on something, there ain't never been something. I'm trying to help somebody. You got to understand that there was no Doppler radar. There was no weather forecast. There was no meteorologist who told Noah. You got to understand, when God told Noah about the flood and about rain, he had never seen rain. That's crazy. When you tell me that you're going to produce something, I need to build something to float on what's going to happen, and it ain't never happened. So Noah had to operate in faith. Noah wasn't like, well, look, what is rain? Oh, no. You mean you going to have me out there working 120 years? And that's all you going to tell me? Yeah, no. That's what he told Abraham. He said, go to a land I'll show you. Most of y'all would have missed y'all's blessing. And God ain't trying to be funny. You got to show me something. I mean, I've been at this company 20 years. I'm about ready to retire. And you tell me to go in there and just tell my boss I quit? And you talking about a job, you going to show me, you better give me a peephole or something. I wish I had. You better give me a little fragment or something. Some of y'all know that you don't operate. That's faith. That's faith. And then all this work before I get my blessing. Did y'all see how big it was and wide it was? You got to fit all these animals, male and female, and your people. Can you imagine? You do all of that work on faith? But you had to do it. When Noah was out there preaching, folks, man, you crazy, man. You'll stop. First of all, look, I'm a bill Lord, but I better see a cloud, hear some lightning or something. Can you imagine? It's 55. You look like you in Miami. The sun is floating. Can you imagine? It's a perfect. People got their swimsuits on. Look at that fool. He a fool. Some of y'all would have said, he better than me. I need some real folks. Some of y'all know good and well. You be like, and some of y'all know I love pastor, but girl, look, have you watched the news? The 3-week forecast. And then, pastor, what's rain? But finally, you know what happened? The time came when it was time for God to deliver. I know y'all said most of the time when pastor say 30 minutes, he really don't mean 30 minutes. But tell your neighbor he mean it today. You got to understand, come on, you got to understand that God is a God of his word. Do you hear what I'm saying? Anytime, God tells you something. Tell your neighbor it might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen the next day. But as long as I know that God has said it, I feel like preaching, y'all. As long as I know that God has said it, I'm going to keep working. Do you hear what I'm saying? I got to get out of here, y'all. But before I get to the boat, God told me to tell 2 or 3 of y'all, God done showed you some stuff. But because you ain't seen the clouds, because you ain't seen the evidence, you procrastinate. I wish I had some help here today. God told me that the prophetic word for this house is, why ain't you building? Why ain't you got your hammer out? Why ain't you got no nails? Why ain't you got no wood? Some of y'all are missing time for God to give you your ark because you won't build right now. God told me I got to tell somebody. God told me to tell somebody, why ain't you building? Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, ain't trying to get in your business, but God just told me he done told you to be about some stuff. He done told you to do some stuff, and you're still procrastinating. You're still waiting. If God told you he gonna give you your office, he didn't tell you to wait on a building. Start picking out your furniture. Do you hear what I'm saying? If he told you he gonna give you a new car, stop waiting to get the approval. Just take your look money, go to Walmart and buy your car mats. Do you hear what I'm saying? If God told you he got a house for you, hear what I'm saying? God said he got the house for you. If you walk in faith, you might be broke as a joke, ain't got no money. But God said when you got faith, going up to Rothman, pay them 6 months later, no interest right now. Pick out your living room, pick out your bathroom, pick out your clothes. When your friends say, like Noah's people say, why you buying stuff you ain't been approved, you tell them that God told me and he didn't tell you. So why don't you mind your business and let me handle my business? Do you hear what I'm saying? You got to understand. I understand. I'm starting to feel mighty good, but you got to understand that God will show up just like it showed up. Noah kept on building. Folk were laughing at him, but it kept on building. They were talking about him, but it kept on building. They were making fun of him, but it kept on building. They were joning him, but it kept on building. Because God's always got the last laugh. Ha, ha, ha. Do you hear what I'm saying? They kept on. They say it ain't raining, and this fool is building the ark, but Noah just kept building. The more they laughed, the more he hit. The more they laughed, the more he hit. Oh, when God shows up, what you gonna do? The day came that God said, Noah, it's time for you to go in the ark. Get your family, get you some animals, a male and a female, and they all walked up in the ark. And then when they walked up in the ark, God said, Noah, he shut the door. Do you hear what I'm saying? Some of you gonna be on the outside laughing at us, and the door gonna be shut. Do you hear what I'm saying? Tell your neighbor, I don't want the door to be shut in my life. Do I have some help up in here? Can't you see they in the ark? Noah done told them, preach 120 years, the door is shut. Let me in, Noah. Let me in, Noah. Noah! Oh, Noah! Oh, Noah! Oh, Noah! Oh, Noah! Well, I wish I had some help here today. They knocked, but it was too late. It was too late. I come to tell you, no matter what folks say, when God gives you an assignment, you just walk in your assignment. I got to get out of here, y'all, but I remember October 2012, I came to the church and I told y'all that God has showed us we're going to get renovations. Some folks said, how we going to get renovations? We barely coming along. And I looked at the renovations. When we started out, it was $20,000 of renovations, and we didn't have $2,000 to renovate. Do you hear what I'm saying? And the more we walked in faith, God just kept on. Folk were laughing. How you gonna do it? They laughed at us. It didn't go down. It went up to 30,000. It went up to 40,000. It went up to 50,000. It went up to 60,000. It went up to 70,000. It went up to 80,000. And we didn't have to pay a dime because folk from the outside paid for everything. Do you hear what I'm saying? You got to understand, when folk was laughing, we still took a raggedy parking lot and rolled out asphalt. The more they laugh, when they were laughing, the man said, scoot over. We need to stripe the lot. Keep on laughing. They kept on laughing. Mike, we said, hold up, laugh across the street because we gonna get a fence ain't nobody else got. We want a Buckingham fence. We want gold to represent our daddy. They kept on laughing. Then they came in the church, we say, can you stay in the vestibule? Keep on laughing. We need to carpet the halls. Keep on laughing. We need crystal chandeliers. Keep on laughing. Mike said, move out. I need to paint the hallways. Keep on laughing. Get out the way. I want to stripe down the middle. Keep on laughing. They were laughing on the first level, but we was going to the second level. Do you hear what I'm saying? They kept on laughing. And all the stuff, when they came in to laugh one day, they got ready to step in, and it was a green marble floor. Who's laughing now? Got ready to go upstairs. It was a wine marble floor. You got to be careful because there's gold strips just like you're going to heaven. You hear what I'm saying? Keep on laughing. Carpet the upstairs. Keep on laughing. Chandeliers on the upstairs. Keep on laughing. Matter of fact, open that door that's going down to the other offices. Let's make it cherry wine too. Do you hear what I'm saying? God will show up. There were folk that left the church. There were folk that walked out on us. There were folk that left a month before it happened because God only gave us 90 days to come up with $80,000, and that seemed crazy. But when you're in your assignment, you don't listen to man, you listen to God. And now when you walk around, we gotta wait. The parking lot ain't raggedy. We gotta wait till we open the gate. Do you hear what I'm saying? When God gives you your assignment, just walk in it. Do you hear what I'm saying? I got to get out of here, y'all. But even in your assignments, even if you're the child of God, you gotta walk. You gotta understand that Jesus didn't heal folk. He didn't raise folk up, took care of 12 folk. But when it came time to complete his assignment, even his disciples dissed him. Do you hear what I'm saying? But Jesus said, if I gotta go to the cross all by myself, I got to die for myself because it's personal. Do you hear what I'm saying? Your assignment ain't about your mama. Your assignment ain't about your daddy. Your assignment ain't about your friends. But your assignment is personal. Jesus said it's personal. If I got to die all by myself, I got to die. And Jesus died. He died one Friday, late Saturday afternoon. But early, God said early, won't it show up? Somebody shout early, early. Sunday morning, he got up. It was finished. He got up. His assignment was to die that I might live. I got new life because he died. You know, anybody here that's glad that Jesus was faithful in his assignment? Why you ain't giving God some praise right now? If he had been unfaithful, I wouldn't be saved. But right now, you ought to shout back and say, thank you for being faithful. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just shake three people's hands. Shake three people's hands and say, neighbor, I'm so glad that God was faithful in his assignment. Tell somebody, I'm so glad that God was faithful in his assignment. If he had not been faithful, I've been on my way to hell. If he had not been faithful, I'd die in my mess. If he hadn't been faithful, I'll be tore up from the floor up. Because he's faithful, all I got to do is give God my life. Because whom the Son sets him free, free indeed. I'm free because of his favor. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Oh, great. I got to go, y'all. Well, look at your neighbor. Grab one neighbor by the hand and look them dead in the eye. Say, neighbor, I need to share the prophetic words for our church. God wants to know if his son was faithful. Why are you so unfaithful? If his son was counting on to die and he died, why come you can't be faithful? Just tell your neighbor it's time to be faithful to God like like he's been to you. You want him to bless you every day. You want you to love him every day. You want him to talk to you every day. You want you to pray to him every day. You want his word to manifest every day. He wants you to read his word every day. He wants you to meditate every day. He wants you to pray every day. God said, I showed you how faithful I am to you. Where your faithfulness at? Where your faithfulness at? Oh, where? You can have your seats. 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 There's a prophetic word in this house. I told some of y'all on Facebook. I know some of y'all, well, a lot of people read it. They just didn't like it. But I love that little click to tell you who all read it.